Nice.
Yeah.
Not just off the top of my head, no.
Name sounds familiar, but I looked at my phone. I don't know.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the February 7th, 2018 Lebanon Utility Service Board meeting. Let the record show that all the board members are present except for Dan Lamar is absent today. Also, I wanted to mention that we did have a working session meeting prior to this one, of which we had some discussion. No decisions were made at that meeting. And with that, please rise and join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, with that, we will move to approval of the minutes from our January 24th, 2018 meeting, which was listed as an action item. Hopefully everyone's had a chance to review the minutes.
I'd make a motion we approve the minutes as written.
Second.
Motion made by Jim, seconded by Neil to approve the January 24th minutes. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Next item is security contract for 2018, listed as an action item. And Mike, are you handling that?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, board members, Security Engineers has provided security for the municipal building since December 2016. We asked the board to renew the contract with them for 2018. Our agreement with Security Engineers for last year was at the stated hourly rate. The current 2018 agreement would be set at the stated hourly rate. I asked the board to make a motion and approve the motion to retain Security Engineers to provide security personnel to the municipal building for the next 12 months.
Mike, any questions from board members on that?
Mike, is everyone happy with the service that's been provided from Security Engineers?
The level of service?
Yes.
We would say it's great. Yeah, the guard that they have here works very well with us. He's very attentive. He's got a workstation he stays at, watches the video, but often he comes over into our customer service area just to make sure that everything is on the up and up, if you will.
I've seen him over there.
Yeah.
It seems like he does do a good job.
He does.
Okay.
Good to hear. I'd entertain a motion if there's no other questions on that.
I make a motion we retain the SEI to provide security personnel for the city building for a 12-month period starting February 2018 and renewal thereafter for like periods and cancelable by the utilities or SEI at any time.
The second of that.
Motion made by Bill, seconded by Jim to approve the contract to SCI for security. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Gary, I'll abstain on that vote.
Okay, thank you, Neil. Motion carried. We have majority. Next item on the agenda is 69 kV South Loop, materials and procurement, listed as an action item. Corby?
Mr. Chairman, Board, good afternoon. I've got two items for you this afternoon. The first one would be a recommendation on wood poles and line construction materials for the 69 South Loop project. Annexter Power Solutions has provided quotes for wood poles and line construction materials for the 69 kV South Loop project. As our partner in the vendor-owned inventory system, Annexter went out to at least 3 vendors for quotes and accepted the lowest pricing on each specified item. They then applied their standard markup to the materials as per our current contract to arrive at the final quoted price. The final quoted price from Annexter is $156,847.59 for wood poles, $212,749 $212,749.92 for line construction materials. I recommend the board accept both quotes for a total not to exceed amount of $369,597.51 and allow their purchase contingent upon the City Council's approval of our request for eminent domain of parcels needed at this time along the 69 kVA route. Funding for this project will come from the remains of the electric utility revenue bonds of 2013.
Okay, so any questions from board members? Pardon?
I believe there's a misprint. The two totals don't add up to the total. You add the 165,847.59 and the 212,749.92, and it comes to 378,000 instead of 369,000.
I had $156,847.59.
Okay, it looks like it was, the numbers were transposed
Okay.
then. Instead of 165, it was 156,000.
All right.
Oh, I see where that would be.
The total's correct. That one's
Total's
just
correct,
incorrect.
that's off.
Gotta make it right.
Okay, so if I understand it right, then this is to procure the materials, and then the actual labor will be procured separately.
That's correct.
So there'll be additional costs coming down the line
Yes.
for that. Okay.
That should be included in the motion. This is that word initial.
Any other
That's a-
questions or comments from board members? If not, I would entertain a motion on that.
I'll make a motion to approve the final quotes provided by Annixter for $156,847.59 for wood poles and $212,749.92 for the line construction materials for this project, and not to exceed total of $369,597.51 contingent upon City Council approval of the initial request for eminent domain of parcels needed at this time that are affected by the transmission line.
I would second that.
Are we having separate motions on each of the
On each,
material
yeah.
procurements? Okay. Motion made by Neil, seconded by Jim to approve the quotes on the wood poles. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Now, I guess we need a motion on the steel poles.
It's been
You're going to do a
Correct, thank
recommendation.
you.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
On the proposals for the steel poles, proposals have been requested and received to supply steel poles for the 69 kV South Loop transmission line project. A total of 9 steel poles are to be supplied for the referenced project. The proposals will be reviewed and evaluated for cost, inclusion of requested documents, delivery schedules, and other parameters. Attached is a spreadsheet showing the details of each bid received and our recommendations. Also attached is a second spreadsheet comparing the design quantity of steel to be used by each of the 3 bidders. Note that each vendor is responsible for the design as well as the supply of each pole based on loading criteria specified within request for proposal. The 3 proposals received ranged from $260,016.28 to $344,336. 2 of the steel pole vendors proposed designs that have closely matched steel weights for each pole. The 3rd vendor, who submitted the lowest price, proposes using 35% less steel. The difference in price between the lowest price and the next highest is only 9%. The difference in the price seems minimal considering the additional amount of steel being used. Considering all factors, Spectrum Engineering recommends that Nello Corporation's quote be accepted and a contract be provided to them in a not-to-exceed amount of $283,000, $426.08. Funding for the material purchase will be from the remainder of the electric utility revenue bonds of 2013 and will be contingent upon City Council's approval of our request for eminent domain of parcels needed at this time along the 69 kV route.
Okay, thank you, Corby.
Corby, I just wanted to make a quick comment, if I may, Mr. Chairman. So the recommendation in this instance is to not accept the lowest bidder.
That is correct.
And if I heard correctly, it is because of the distinction in the product they would provide, meaning that they have a lesser product because of the amount of steel, which doesn't meet our needs or specifications for the project.
Correct.
Okay. So, Board, in light of that, if you were to follow Spectrum Engineering and our staff's recommendation to accept the Nello quote, I'd recommend that you specify that based upon the Spectrum's recommendation, staff's recommendation, and the steel weight distinction that we are accepting the next highest or next lowest bidder.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it needs to be stated in the motion that the reason for not accepting the low bid, so sure that that's covered sufficiently. Any questions from the board, or?
I'll further move to accept this recommendation from Spectrum Engineering, entering into a contract with Nello Corporation for a not-to-exceed amount of $283,426.08, contingent upon City Council approval of our initial request for the eminent domain of parcels needed at this time that are affected by this transmission line. General Manager Mike Whitman is authorized to sign this project documents. Noted is that the lowest bid is not being recommended, and the second lowest bid is due to differences in the steel in these specific poles.
Very good.
I'll do
A
it.
second to that motion?
I'll second.
Okay, motion by Neil, seconded by Bill to approve the purchase of the steel poles with the contingency outlined in there. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you, Corbin. Next item on the agenda is approval of claims.
I make a motion, we approve the claims.
Second.
Motion made by Bill, seconded by Jim to approve the claims. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Any other business before the body from the board? General Manager, none? Being none, next item on the agenda is opportunity for public comment. So anyone in the public, in the audience like to make any comments? Doesn't look like it. Okay, our next board meeting is scheduled for February 21st at 5 p.m. And with that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
Motion made by Bill, seconded by Neil to adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you very much and have a good evening.